Put Namaskar Mudra. Let us chant Omkara 3 times. Inhale. Om. Inhale. Om. Inhale. Om. Let us pay our respects to Patanjali Maharshi. Yogena Chittasya Padena Vacha Malam Sharirasya Cha Vaidyakena Yopakarottam Pravaram Munina Patanjalim Pranjalim Anatosmi Nityam. Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. My humble pranams to all Atma Jyotis, divine light of the self. I welcome all of you to this week's Yoga Sutra. We are studying Yoga Sutra. I am a student. I am not a jnani. I am not a pandita. I am not a scholar. I am studying myself, and with whatever knowledge I have, whatever understanding I have, I am sharing that knowledge with you. As a form of conducting this class, I am learning. So that is the purpose. If there are any mistakes, the mistakes are mine, and I beg your forgiveness. Thank you. Let me share my screen. Sutra number 1.18. 18th Sutra, Chapter 1. Patanjali Yoga Sutra. We have studied about 17 sutras. Now we are studying Sutra number 18. Avataranika, which is a connection between previous sutra and this sutra. Vyasa Bhashya, as per Vyasa Bhashya. Ata asamprajnataha samadhihi kim upaya kim svabhavo va iti. Meaning is, now we will discuss what are the ways or means or techniques of attaining asamprajnata samadhi. Also, we will discuss about the nature of asamprajnata samadhi. So far, we have discussed about samprajnata samadhi. Now we will discuss about how to attain asamprajnata samadhi, and also what is asamprajnata samadhi also we will discuss. Sutra number 1.18. Virama pratyaya abhyasa purvaha samskara sesho anyaha. Repeat after me. Virama pratyaya abhyasa purvaha samskara sesho anyaha. 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 What this means is Paravairagya, which is the Abhyasa. Paravairagya means supreme dispassion. Supreme dispassion, if one practices, it leads to Samadhi. See, in Samprajñata Samadhi, we have so many types of Samprajñata Samadhi. There will be cessation of all Chitta Vrittis with the Salambana, with the support of the mind. But what is left is Samskara Sesha. What meaning is, latent impressions are left in the mind in Samprajñata Samadhi. When even the Samskara Sesha also other is left, when it is burnt, the latent impressions are burnt, the Samadhi that ensues, that comes by practice of Paravairagya and removal of all latent impressions is called Asamprajñata Samadhi. This Asamprajñata Samadhi is different from Samprajñata Samadhi. Difference between Samprajñata Samadhi, the Ekagra Samadhi of Samprajñata and Asamprajñata is mainly removal of Samskara Sesha. The latent impressions are totally removed in Asamprajñata Samadhi, and in Asamprajñata Samadhi there will be Paravairagya, supreme dispassion. So what is a Vyasa Bhashya? I will read out, you listen. Sarva Vritti Pratyastamaye Samskara Sesho Nirodhas Chittasya Samadhir Asamprajñataha Tasya Param Vairagyam Upayaha Salambano Yasas Tat Sadhanaya Nakalpata Iti Virama Pratyayo Nirvastuka Alambani Kriyate Sacha Ardhashunyaha Tad Abhyasa Purvakam Hi Chittam Niralambanam Abhava Pratyayameva Bhavati Tyesha Nirbija Samadhir Asamprajñata. What this is, we will discuss. Explanation for Vyasa Bhashya. When all the vrittis of the Chitta mind are set or ceases, what is left is Samskara Sesha, latent impressions. When these also are Niruddha, eliminated, the Samadhi that ensues is Asamprajñata Samadhi. The means or technique or upaya to attain Asamprajñata Samadhi is Paravairagyam, supreme dispassion. Why? Because in Salambana, Vitarka, etc., Samprajñata Samadhis, we do take support, Alambana of Chitta in the practice of Chitta and objects, in the practice of Ekagra, Samadhi and all, and the support of Chitta and other objects are not helpful or not possible in Asamprajñata Samadhi. The mind becomes so subtle that support of gross like mind and objects is not possible in Asamprajñata Samadhi. Therefore, in Asamprajñata, the practice of Paravairagya is done without the support of any objects or Chitta. Continue Vyasa Bhashya. And the practice in Asamprajñata is without the support of any external objects. Why? Because in the practice of Paravairagya, the mind or Chitta becomes Niralambanam, without support and without objects, absence of all Jada or grossness. This way, this Samadhi is also called Nirbija. The latent Bija means the latent impressions, seeds, without the seeds of external objects and latent impressions. This is burnt. The seeds of latent impressions are burnt. Therefore, it is called Nirbija, without seed, and also called Asamprajñata Samadhi. Discussion. Virama means distancing from interval meanings. The meaning of Virama means interval. Pratyaya means knowing or thoughts about. When in this context, Virama Pratyaya means distancing from knowing about negative things which affect us. Okay, so that understanding we have to bring about. Distancing from knowing about negative things. That means mind is away from negativity. That is Virama Pratyaya. When mind is distanced from thoughts that degrade you and also engage in thoughts that uplift you, see, it is not that you distance from degrading thoughts. Actually, you have to cultivate positive thoughts and uplifting thoughts. When that is called Virama Pratyaya. That is Virama Pratyaya. Here, there is still support of mind or objects. This is called Salambana. Salambana. With support. Virama Pratyaya Abhyasa. Practice of Virama Pratyaya. Continuous practice of keeping away from negativity and cultivating positivity is called Virama Pratyaya Abhyasa. Practice. Whenever a thought, what is this practice we are talking about? Now he is talking about a practice. This is taken from Bhoja Vritti. Whenever a thought arises, we have to practice Neti Neti. Neti means not this, not this. What not this? What not this is this thought or this desire or whatever it is not Atma. Atma is different. Not this. This thought is not Atma. This thought is not Atma. This kind of distancing away from the disturbing thoughts leads to Samprajñata Samadhi, silence of mind. In this, the latent impressions are still intact. The thoughts will keep on coming and we will keep on negating them or distancing from the thoughts, saying that I am not this thought is not Atma, this thought is not Atma. We are countering it. We are countering the rising of the thoughts. The latent impressions may generate thoughts in the future. They may rise, the thoughts may rise anytime. Other than this, meaning without samskara sesha, meaning latent impressions are burnt. By repeated practice of Neti Neti, the latent impressions are burnt. This is called Nirbija Samadhi or Asamprajñata Samadhi. Nirbija in Sanskrit means without seed. What is seed? The samskaras are the seeds. Samskaras are burnt. It is called Nirbija Samadhi, Asamprajñata Samadhi. As discussed before, when one progresses in all types of Samprajñata Samadhi and continuously practices Virama Pratyaya Abhyasa, progressively, the seeds of latent impression, samskara sesha, remnants of the samskaras, also gets burnt, and this leads to Nirbija, without seed Samadhi, also known as Asamprajñata Samadhi. Okay? Is Asamprajñata Samadhi a blank state? Is it something a Jada Samadhi? You don't know anything? No, it is not a blank state. Think of it like this. Samskaras determine the current behavior and current thoughts. When samskaras are burnt, they lose potency and control. We gain freedom. The mind becomes free, one becomes free of the mind. There are no more thoughts. When there are no more thoughts, but still Purusha is there. The consciousness is there. Consciousness is now free of Prakriti. That is what you have to understand. How do we burn the seeds of latent impressions? Neti Neti practice. I am not this, I am not this. This, whenever a thought rises, counter that thought with Atma is not this, Atma is not this. Hold on to Atma, I amness. This is the practice. This practice one has to do continuously. Virama Pratyaya Abhyasa. Continuously one has to practice this. There is a Sankhya Sutra which says Tattva Bhyasan Neti Neti Tyagat Viveka Siddhi, which means the practice of Tattva Chintana, Tattva Abhyasa Neti Neti, meditating on Atma or Paramatma. Whenever some thought rises, counter it with Neti Neti. This thought or object is not Atma or Paramatma. This thought does not lead me to Atma or Paramatma. This discrimination has to be there. When one does this Neti Neti, this sacrifice of thoughts, it leads to Viveka Siddhi, dawn of wisdom. Even in our Upanishads, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, the instruction is given for attaining Brahman is Neti Neti. There is no great, and in Brahadaranyaka Upanishad it is told, there is no greater instruction than this. The name of Paramatma is Satyasya Satyam, truth of all that is true. When you negate everything, this is not Atma, this is not Atma. What is left is Atma or Brahman. What is left is Brahman. So Neti Neti is the supreme instruction. Salambana versus Niralambana. Samprajnata Samadhi is with support of Chitta or object Salambana, and Asamprajnata Samadhi is without support of Chitta or objects and attained by Paravairagya. This is Abhava Pratyaya, absence of knowledge. So does that mean it is a blankness? No. Abhava is of negativity. Abhava Pratyaya means absence of negativity, not absence of Atma or Paramatma. Don't think that it is Jada Samadhi. People interpret it like that, but my personal opinion is you cannot negate Atma. You can negate negativity. Abhava Pratyaya means absence. What absence? Which absence? Absence of negativity, not absence of Atma or Paramatma. In fact, Asamprajnata is with presence of Paramatma or Atma. When Atma, then what is the, if it is Abhava, anyway you are having deep sleep. In deep sleep it is Abhava and you don't even know who you are. Then what is the difference between deep sleep and Asamprajnata Samadhi? It has to be different. It has to be with the consciousness. It's a conscious sleep, conscious deep sleep. In the conscious deep sleep, Jagrat Sushupti, you are fully awake, but mind is not there. You are only consciousness. You are awake, alert, but without any negative thoughts. That's my personal interpretation. And that's the state we need to aim for. We should not aim for a state where we are like a Jada Samadhi. We should not aim for that. Okay. So this concludes today's session. Asamprajnata Samadhi. We have touched upon Asamprajnata Samadhi. Sit silently and contemplate on I am. Or whatever teaching we have done, contemplate on that. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me. This is my understanding. It may be correct or it may not be correct. Any questions?
No questions, Prasadji.
Very well.
Thank you.
Manoj, do you have any questions?
No, Prasadji. Thanks.
Okay. So we will conclude today's session. Put Namaskara Mudra. Repeat after me. Asato ma sadgamaya. Tamaso ma jyotirgamaya. Mrutyorma amrutam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Repeat after me. I am not the body. I am not the mind. I am not the intellect. I am pure consciousness. Shivaswarupi. Shivoham. 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 Antarjyotihi. Bahirjyotihi. Pratyakjyotihi. Paratpara. Jyotireva jyotihi. Swayam jyotihi. Atma jyotihi. Shivosmyaham. Atma darshanam. Brahma darshanam. Brahma darshanam. Satya darshanam. Harihi Om Tat Sat. Shri Krishna Pranamastu. Thank you very much. See you next weekend.
Thank you.